Hey guys, CharrChan here, and today's video I'm drawing a kind of concept panel type illustration for my comic reVAMPed. reVAMPed currently has Chapter 1 available to read in both English and German for free. Chapter 2 will come out eventually. It is being worked on, I'm a few pages into it, it's just not available publicly yet. But yes, Chapter 2 is in the works. So please go and read reVAMPed. There's a link got tongue-tied. There's a link in the description. Please go and read it because I spent a very long time making it. Anyway, let's talk about this illustration here. So, Eliot here, the main character of this illustration. The main character of the comic is Seth, who is the vampire who's going to look very nervous in the reflection of the sight. Eliot is the Grim Reaper. He hasn't shown up in the comic yet. He's going to show up maybe in a few chapters' time. I'm not sure how long it'll be before he gets any speaking lines. He's showing up in the background here and there. Anyway, so in this illustration we have... I keep getting my character names muddled up in my head. We have Eliot, the Grim Reaper, and reflected in his sight we have Seth, the nervous-looking vampire, and the happy-looking vampire is Adam. And those two vampires are like the main characters. What can I say about this? Maybe I should talk about Eliot as a character because he hasn't shown up yet. I don't want to give any like major spoilers. I'm not really sure if you can spoil reVAMPed. I mean, it's more like a comedy type comic rather than like a dramatic plot thing. It's not going to be super edgy or anything. It's just going to be kind of silly and fun. Anyway. So Eliot, as I said, is the Grim Reaper. He's 14 years old, and he became the Grim Reaper because he accidentally killed the previous Grim Reaper by scaring him to death. That'll be explained in the comic, but I think it's fun to give a bit of context about this character, especially since he's not going to show up for ages. I mean, I don't actually have a very large reader base for my comic currently. I should probably promote it a bit more. Anyway, so yes, Eliot... He's just a kid who is a little bit emo looking. He dresses very emo-esque, but he's not like your typical edgy teenager character. If you look at a lot of like edgy character designs in media, like especially like children's media, you'll notice like the trend of the emo goth character is has a scary personality. What's the word here? They will typically have the personality of your typical goth character, is what I'm trying to say. But Eliot, I want to do something a bit different with him. I've kind of characterised him as being very like shy and polite. He doesn't like to stand out too much. I mean, he's not like the most unique character in the world. I'm sure lots of people have characters like this. But I do like to think that he's a little bit different from your typical Grim Reaper character. I think. I hope. But yes, he's shy, polite. He can stand up for himself. I mean, he is the Grim Reaper. At his school, we probably won't delve into him at school as a thing unless I do like a mini side comic. But at his school, everyone knows he's the Grim Reaper. It's not a secret. And they're kind of scared of him because they're like, oh no, it's Eliot. He might take us to hell or something, you know. But he wouldn't do that. He just follows the rules of what he's meant to do. I think he likes being the Grim Reaper, but he does see it as a job and a chore at times. He thinks it's fun, but he also like feels it's a bit like, oh, I have to go and do that job today. Oh, okay. So that's how I see Eliot and how I've characterised him. He is really fun to draw, doing like little skits here and there. Like him going into a shop and being like, hello, I have to buy like 10 million knives, and the person at the checkout being like, I don't think I can sell you that, you're like 14 years old, and then he shows his little identification card of being the Grim Reaper kind of thing. I think that's really funny to draw those kind of scenarios. Yeah. Well, what else can I say? Eliot actually came to me in a dream. A few of my characters come to me in dreams every now and then, but Eliot's the most recent one to have come to me like fully fleshed out in a dream. Well, not fully fleshed out. When I had the dream, he was I think he was characterized pretty much as he is. Like, anyway, his design is pretty much the same too. I mean, I don't know, it just kind of came to me in a dream. I did have to choose his name separately though, that did not just come to me in the dream. In the dream, what happens in the dream? I can't really remember, like, the plot of the dream. It was very strange. But all I can really remember is that Eliot was, like, sat at a table with his family, and they were like, oh, there's Eliot, he's doing fine, look at him, what a good kid, and then he sat there and there's something, like, very wrong with him. But I can't really remember what was going on in the dream, but when I woke up I was like, oh, this kid's gonna have, like, some kind of problem going on. And that happened to be that he is the Grim Reaper. I thought that was quite funny. Well, not funny, kind of funny, not funny, I don't know. It's just a fun little concept, I think. Anyway, I don't know what else to say, really. What can I say about Eliot's character design? So, as I said, it kind of just is, like, how it came to me in the dream. A few changes here and there. I think in the dream he kind of reminded me of Ishigami from Kaguya-sama Love is War. That's probably where I got that fringe design from. I mean, I think they do look quite different as characters, but if you were to take a look at them side by side, you would go, ah yes, I see the resemblance there. But I do think they are different enough character designs to not be interfering with each other, especially since, you know, stylistic differences, all that kind of stuff. Eliot's little hair shine is a bat wing, because I thought that would be kind of cute. That's nothing to do with him being the Grim Reaper, he just has, like, a little bat wing hair design. And he never opens his eyes fully, they're always, like, half closed like they are here, and he always has bags under his eyes, he always looks tired. He doesn't have, like, a big range of emotion, like, expression. He can either have a little like, V-shaped smile, or that, like, little frown he does. Those are, like, his two expressions. He can do open and closed mouth, those expressions, that's pretty much all he does. Ever. I think that's kind of fun, having a very limited expression, so you have to think more about the body language he does as to express what he's feeling. I think Eliot is a very body language driven character, since he doesn't have very many expressions as such. And his tone is never particularly threatening as such, and I think that kind of makes it more threatening, because he doesn't shout, he doesn't, like, raise his voice. He's very reserved in every manner of his kind of expression. I'm not very good at describing my own characters, but I hope I got my point across about who Eliot is and what he does. Is there anything else I can say about this drawing? So this is drawn in the style of reVAMPed. I was kind of tempted to change how I do my line art for the comic, but I'm already, like, one chapter, 17 pages in, plus a couple more pages for chapter 2, so I guess we'll just, you know, keep the art style as is. It's not... I try to cut corners here and there, like, I don't clean the lines perfectly. This, I did spend a little bit more time on getting things more, you know, cleaned up here and there, because it's just an illustration rather than a comic panel, but when you're drawing comics, you have to learn where to cut corners to get it done, especially if you're working by yourself, which I am. So, you know, have to figure out where to spend the time and where to kind of take things back a bit and not worry so much. For the background, just a simple little gradient thing, I didn't really know what to do. I thought about doing some kind of overlay design thingy, but I decided not to, and that's kind of the end of the illustration, so I'm going to sign off now. So, thank you so much for watching. Please do not hit the like button, as that probably hurts, it's not very nice, so maybe shake his hand instead. I don't know what else I say normally here. Please go and read reVAMPed. You should go and read that comic, because I spent a very long time making it. Link in the description. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching, bye!